Hey everybody, it is Ray's Readings and Oyuk. We are back again for another extended reading for everybody. So we did just record part 1 over on Instagram. There is a link below for that, as I highly recommend that you tune into that before sitting through this one, as we are just going to be extending and clarifying what already came out with some more tarot. So before I get into anything today, guys, I'm just going to give you all a very quick explanation on my buddy here, Oyuk. If you would like to know more of an explanation, I do have some videos out there. There's one on my Instagram called Explaining My Fluffy Friends. Just look for the thumbnail. That's me, my buddy Oyuk, and another fluffy friend I made. And then I do have about 4 or 5 videos at the moment explaining Oyuk and the Fluffy Friends, the whole Fluffy Friends project a little bit further. So that is over on my Patreon page. There is a link for that below as well if you would like to join me over there. Check that out. Choose whatever tier price point works best for you. You will have full access to everything that is posted over there. All right, so this is Oyuk. He is handmade by me. He was an idea that was channeled to me last year sometime in 2020 through Spirit. They let me know that this little fluffy teal friend wanted to come through. He wanted to manifest it into the physical so that he could be here to encourage me to be able to speak my truth, as well as to support me on an energetic, spiritual, emotional, mental level. So he is not just something I purchased. He is not just a cool prop or anything like that. He is so much more. He is basically a spirit guide channeled into this physical form that is here with a very specific, unique purpose, as all of the fluffy friends are. And one of his missions here is to, he wants to be here and be present in these readings, to be a light, loving, accepting energy for all of you guys through these readings. So with that out of the way, like I said, I do have more videos out there if you want to know more of a more in-depth explanation, all that good stuff. But let's start off, before we get into any of the cards, with the singing bowl here and join in together with some energetic cleaning and clearing and cleansing and healing and all of that good stuff. All right, so let's do that. All right, I hope you are all doing well out there, staying safe, staying in love as much as possible, and staying away from fear as much as possible. Before we get into anything, I do apologize. I lost 2 nails, unfortunately, yesterday and today technically, and I'm not having it, so just ignore my little stubby fingers compared to all the other ones. So to give you all a quick gist of what has come out so far in part 1, I am using the Wildwood Tarot, by the way. So we have the Ace of Arrows, the Breath of Life, or the Ace of Swords. Then we have the King of Stones, or the King of Pentacles, the Wolf. And then we have the Seven of Vessels, or the Seven of Cups, Mourning. So this seems to connect to the last reading that I did. I believe it was on the 8th of January. But it's like this King of Stones energy is here to speak on somebody that is stepping into their inner authority. I think they're also stepping into their masculine energy of going out and taking the necessary action they need to in their lives. But there was a period of mourning, a period of grief, a period of needing to let go, feel through a loss, accept it for what it was, hold space for it, and then eventually move on and open yourself back up to newer, better, healthier relationships, situations for you. And so with that moving through of that grief, we're now stepping into our inner authority with the King of Stones, and we are now stepping into new territory here. We have a new beginning, we have new clarity, new insight, a new gusto to want to communicate and be in our truth. That is what I'm getting from the Ace of Arrows. It was a very beautiful, highly insightful reading over on Instagram, so I highly recommend that you just tune into that if you would like to know more about those 3 cards that have come out so far. But we're going to get more cards from this deck, and we're going to see what else we need to know about the situation. Is this correlated to the reading that I did a couple days ago on the 8th, like I suspect? Is it, what else? What are the other details that we need to know here? So I'm just leaving that up to Spirit. So we have 6 of Stones, Exploitation, come out. Then we have the Green Man, and then we have the 9 of Bows, Respect, in reverse. I'm going to pull a couple more cards. So the Green Man is technically the Emperor card, so we do have this very, very strong masculine energy here. You could honestly even call it the divine masculine energy. So when I am using these pronouns and these titles, guys, please do not get wrapped up in associating it to an actual gender. It is just energy. So when I say the masculine, it's a masculine energy. You could very well be a woman, you could be non-binary, you could be whatever. Watching this video, it's just, this is a masculine energy we're talking about, and I believe it is the masculine energy watching this video today. If not, totally cool. Take it how it applies to your situation. Maybe you're just watching it for a masculine energy. Take what resonates, guys, and leave what does not, okay? So just feeling called to pull out the cards before we start talking about them. And I'm sure I will start talking about them before I get every single card that needs to come out today. So, okay, actually, I'm going to stop shuffling for now. And I want to check the alignment here on these two and see if they actually, okay. Hold on, guys. Sometimes I just like to do a little flip spinaroo if I'm not sure if a card should be upright or in reverse. Sometimes they come out and it's very clear what they need to be. Sometimes it is not so clear. So with the Six of Stones exploitation coming out here, and then we have the Emperor coming out, and then we have the Nine of Bows respect in reverse. I'm getting there's a pretty clear situation happening here where it's like, in this, it seems like, so just to give you more context on what I'm seeing in this reading so far with these three cards, and again, it connecting to the reading that I did on the 8th, I believe this does have to do with a similar situation with somebody where there was some kind of romantic relationship, it seemed, that was codependent, that just really was not healthy for you as this King of Stones. You wanted your partner to be an equal, and they just were not, and there was a big energy of you being their caretaker. They weren't taking care of themselves. They're like, in so many ways, they weren't even, doing personal hygiene. That's just the level of how low they were feeling on themselves, how down they were feeling. And I do think this is the same energy, the same scenario coming out here, because with this exploitation, it's like and with the Emperor, the Green Man actually combined, I'm seeing this is this person exploiting you for the help that you were offering them, exploiting you for your resources. Maybe you were more financially stable than this person, and so they were just, again, leaning back, and I did talk about this in the last reading. They were leaning back, they were letting you take charge of everything, they were not worrying about their own money, their own stability, their own finances, because they were just assuming that you had it and you were handling everything. So you felt exploited, you felt used, you felt disrespected here with the respect card in reverse. And you know that you were a high value person, you're a high value man, a high value woman, a high value human being, and that does not have to pertain to your bank account and your net worth or whatever else, right? That is just your state of being. You as a person, you are a high value individual, and you know this with the Emperor coming out upright. You know who you are. You know what you deserve, especially with that King of Stones. He knows he is his own inner authority. He knows who he is, and he is stable in himself. Again, please do not assign the labels to a specific gender. I'm just talking about energy here. Very strong masculine energy does not have to mean you are a male in gender. So, yeah, it was just like you felt exploited by this person. You felt used. You felt even manipulated, I'm getting, or just like taken for everything that you've got. And what I'm getting here with this picture is that there is this kind of dynamic with this young woman here and this older man, and I'm sure the intended meaning of this card is that it's a daughter and a father, but I'm getting that this is like the maiden energy where she hasn't fully stepped into knowing that she's a full grown ass woman. And again, I say she as just an energy, but this feminine energy here that you felt exploited by was really immature, not fully stepped into her own power and her own authority, right? Like in the last reading, you wanted her to be the Queen of Pentacles, but she was not being the Queen of Pentacles. She was the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So she was immature, insecure, and we have that right here in this exploitation card, whereas you felt more like this old man, this older man, this elderly gentleman who was taking on all the responsibility and taking care of this person. So that's why we have this kind of dynamic coming through where it makes it seem like she was the daughter and you were like the father, and that is just not what the relationship was. I'm getting in this situation. I'm getting it was a romantic situation. So balance was completely off. It was not there because it was like the scenario I'm getting is like everything this person, this feminine energy was doing to keep within their youth and stay away from taking accountability for their own life, taking responsibility for their own actions and their own success, failures, whatever the outcomes in their life. Them choosing to remain in their youth and not step up, meet you on the same level, and take authority of their own life was like draining you of your energy, sapping your life out, and making you feel like you were this old man that was, you're suffering and you're starving here. And it's funny because in this card, I mean, it might just be the art style and to show the age difference in these two people, but this guy looks a lot worse off than she does. Her cheeks and her face are still plump, like she's not all that hungry, and this dude looks like he's on his last leg almost, right? So it's like this person put you in this bad situation where you felt like you were lacking things and didn't have enough to go around. It is just kind of this like starving energy I'm getting, and it doesn't necessarily have to be you were actually physically starving where you didn't have enough money or enough food to go around, but it's just like the energy was being sapped and leached out of you. This person could even be a bit of an energy vampire, not saying they were doing that intentionally or in a malicious way. It's just their negative energy, them being in such a down state was bringing you down. So it's like the situation I'm seeing is it's like you're both here, you're starving, you're begging for food, and it's like every time somebody or something would come along and offer you that food, you would still be giving most of it to this person. They would have their, it would be split equally in half for both of you at first, but then you were picking off a bunch of your share to give to this person to keep them going and to try to keep them afloat. And in turn, this was not doing you any good. It was putting you out even more than you were put out by trying to uplift this person all the time and take care of this person and feed them positive energy and keep them on their feet. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. I'm definitely feeling like a tensity in this. The messages were flowing out a lot easier in the last reading, but now as I'm talking, my jaw is definitely really tight and really restricted. So I think this person made you feel restricted. I think they made you feel stuck. I think they made you feel trapped in the situation, and that is not absolutely, that's absolutely not what you want or need in a partnership with somebody. You're supposed to uplift each other and help each other and be equals and take care of each other, not just have one person sitting back and the other person is doing all the work, right? So you absolutely were disrespected by this person. Your authority was not respected by them not respecting themselves. It's like this person didn't have any self-respect. They didn't have any I'm getting like any care for the I'm sorry guys, just clearing some energy for you all, but it's like they didn't have care for their own well-being, so that lack of respect for themselves was turning into obviously a lack of respect for you. If they don't even respect themselves and the trajectory of their own life, how are they going to respect you and your boundaries and your wants and your needs and your desires, because they weren't respecting or tending to their own needs and leaving everything up to you? And that is just not all right. That is not a balanced dynamic. So moving on from that disrespect card, just trying to get them all to stay up. But then we have the green man. So again, we've kind of already talked about this, but you know your value and your worth. You know that you are worth more than that situation. You know that you deserve somebody who is on the same page. And I can almost see the green woman card showing up here, and that is the Empress. So that's the Emperor and the Empress. That's the divine masculine and the divine feminine. That is the all four kings and queens combined, right? I mean, all four kings are in the Emperor, all four queens are in the Empress. So that is, you both got your shit together, essentially. You're both equals. You're both showing up in the way that you need to be showing up. What's interesting, too, is that this is the Green Man, and the green reminds me of Pentacles. So this is taking us back to this King of Stones, the Wolf card, the King of Pentacles here. I'm also noticing there's this little motif of this hill and this little dude with his club and something else poking out. You definitely cannot see it. It's definitely not YouTube friendly, if you know what I mean. And that, I believe that same image motif is in the Five of Bows, I believe, in this deck, and that's about empowerment. So you were feeling disempowered. Let's see if I can just get lucky here and find it really quick. It'll show itself to me. If not, yes, there it is. Yep, it's the Five of Bows, empowerment. So, you know, what's in the back of this Emperor card behind the Emperor is this image. I apologize. Hopefully YouTube doesn't care about that because it's very cartoonish, but you know it's there. So it's like this is in reverse. You know that you're a powerful being and that you want to be empowered, but this person was not treating you as such and giving you the means to feel empowered, and if anything, they were taking your power away. So I'm getting that's more the past energy. All right, so all of that happened, but then we had, so it's like I'm setting the cards up over here so that I can look at them. So if you ever see me just looking over, I have like a little drawing tablet, honestly, that I'm balancing the cards on. So it's like this is the order I'm seeing. So it's like we had the exploitation, then we had the disrespect coming through, then we have the Green Man, the Emperor, coming in, knowing your worth, seeing your worth. Actually, this comes later. So it's like we had the disrespect. No, this does come here. So we had the disrespect, and then we have the Emperor coming out right after the disrespect. That is knowing your worth, stepping into your power and authority, and I believe that is symbolizing the breakup, the cutoff in this situation. So that's like, nope, done, had enough of this. Then after that, the cutting off, then we have the mourning coming through. And then after the mourning, through the mourning and the grief process, we have the clarity coming through. And then after the clarity coming through, we have the empowerment and the inner authority and the inner stability coming back through. All right. So then after all of that coming into the inner stability, then we have the Three of Bows, fulfillment. And now when I was looking at this card, I actually thought it was the Two of Bows or the Two of Wands. And I was seeing that as the balance, because we were talking about this relationship was not balanced and you needed balance to be restored. Restored. What a stutter. That has never happened before. So these two wands here is what I was seeing as the balance. And obviously this guy has a bow in his hand. Even look at the symbolism on his cloak here is these two snakes winding around each other. So to me, that's balance. That's the divine union. And there's actually, I believe it might be the Two of Cups in this deck. Let me see if I can find it quick. That is like the same symbolism here. So this deck is actually really interesting, and I keep discovering that the more that I use it. Yeah, see, like this is kind of what I thought it was, the Two of Bows decision. So it's like you made the decision to rebalance and re-empower yourself is what I'm getting from that, because that definitely needed to come through. Yes, here it is. Balance. Guys, what was I saying? This is crazy. So yeah, this deck is very interesting. There's a lot about it that it correlates together. But see, you have these two serpent creatures on the cloak, and then they're here, and there's a balance card. I think this balance card might even be Temperance. I'm not sure, but it's literally the same creature. Interesting. All right, I'm going to keep this balance card out because this definitely needs to be here in this reading. Yeah, interesting. So it's like you restored balance for yourself and in your own life. And by stepping up, choosing to be your own authority in your life, choosing to cut this person out, to not keep putting yourself out to support them when they weren't giving anything back, supporting you back, and they were making you feel lacking and in a lack mentality. And after all of that, now we have the Six of Bows, abundance coming out. And this is upright, so this is a present energy. It's in a positive energy as well, positive alignment, I should say. And again, it's a 6, so that's balance. Yeah. See, that 3 of Bows, I'm just seeing it as the 2 of Bows at this point. Or the 2 of Wands. And then the balance being reaffirmed, so it's balance, 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 and abundance, if anything. And so look at the freaking theme that's coming out here again. So we have exploitation, which is about, not having enough, starving, not having enough food. And then we have a whole bountiful feast that you can see down there in the 6 of Bows here, the abundance. It's interesting because these are both 6s, so it's like you went from the more negative number 6 in the minor arcana of this deck to the more positive, empowered number 6. It's actually very interesting that these numbers are, appearing here, because this year, 2022, is, I think it reduces to a 6, and that year number 6, because last year was, I'm not 100% sure how it works, I'm not super deep into this, I just know that this is a number 6 year. Last year was a number 5 year. So if you look at that in the major arcana, last year was the Hierophant year. All right. And this year is number 6. That is the Lover's card. And actually, that's the Lover's card, the Forest Lovers. And I saw that a couple times. I felt like it wanted to come out. There was something about this Balance card and this tree winding around that is just way too reminiscent of each other. So that card is going to come out too with this Balance card. So yeah, this is the number 6 here. The oh my god, sorry, totally losing my train of thought. It's like this year of love and romance, the year of the lovers, of the number 6, of this balance. And so, balance is supposed to be restored here so that good things can come through. And since this is a continuing story that started in the last reading, that King of Stones that came out in the last reading as well, which is also here present in this reading, or that King of Pentacles, I should say, he wanted balance. He wanted a balanced, harmonious, equal romantic relationship. And we have the 6s here to prove that this lover's energy is here. And again, we have the Forest Lovers that very much wanted to be present in this reading. So this inner balance that you've achieved, how many times can I say balance? Like the abundance that you've been able to achieve, the inner authority that you've been able to achieve for yourself, this is all paving the way so that you can be successful in this equal give and take romantic relationship that you want and you clearly desire, as it is coming through here. So, it's like, don't give up on yourself. Keep doing what you need to do for you to restore peace, balance, abundance, rightness, your inner authority in your own life. Don't worry about this past person. And I said this in the last reading as well. So again, if you haven't watched the readings that I recorded for the 8th, definitely check out the one on Instagram and the one on YouTube primarily, but you can definitely check out the one on Patreon as well if you'd like to. But I was saying, the best thing you can do for yourself and this person that you had the toxic codependent relationship with, that you let go of, you broke up with them, they broke up with you, whatever happened, the best thing you can do for both parties, you and this person, and your future equal partner here, your life partner, whatever, whoever and whatever it may be, the best thing you can do for all parties all around is to leave that person alone, the past person, leave them alone, let them figure themselves out. Don't keep jumping into their energy, don't keep checking up on them, don't keep thinking about them, expending any kind of energy towards them. That is not for you to deal with anymore. That is not for you to right or correct for them anymore. It's about you and focusing on you, boo-boo. Okay? So you do you, They will do them over there. It doesn't matter what they're doing, how they're doing. That's up to them. That is not on you or your responsibility anymore. If you still wanted to know what they were doing and what they were up to, you still would have been with them, right? And you know that that was not good for you. So if you know that you being in their presence and enabling them to act the way that they were acting isn't good for you, then don't keep putting the energy into them, into that situation, to keep enabling that. You have to free yourself. And I think you have, and I think you're doing a beautiful job. So I'm not trying to roast you or make you feel like you're not doing the right thing. Obviously, you know your situation, check what resonates. If I'm saying this and you're triggered and you're like, oh shit, like maybe I should not focus on them. Maybe I really do have to focus on myself and put my own inner authority in me. That's okay. All is forgiven. But just if you're triggered and you're feeling like you're missing something, this is your call right here, right now, to do what you need to do. And you already know what you need to do without me even sitting here and telling you this. If this is resonating, it's because you already know this. But, you know, we like that external confirmation, and that is absolutely okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But there has to come to be a point where you are validating yourself and being your own inner authority, and you're stepping into that. And it's okay to need clarity and confirmation and assurance, especially if you're not getting it from people outside of you. I'm getting, it's interesting. I really, really do think this has to do with the reading I did on the 8th, because I was getting the message that the new person you're interested in and that you want to move towards, or that might have even been a reading before that. I'm not sure. I have the last 2 readings that I've done excluding this one. So it was either the one that I did before this or the one that I did before that one. There was some energy about a king being interested in somebody new and wanting to go after them, and you had this freaking what's the word? Peanut gallery behind you telling you, no, this new person is not good for you, blah, 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 just talking shit about them. And then, so I think that was actually in the reading I did before the one on the 8th. It might have been like, I don't know what day it was. I'm sorry, guys. And then in the reading that I did on the 8th, the last one I did before this one, is there was somebody who, you know, you broke up, you left somebody that was codependent, and you knew that you wanted something better for yourself. You wanted a better suited partner that was going to be your equal. So what I'm getting in this scenario is that peanut gallery that was showing up and shit talking the person that you were now interested in and want to pursue, if this is all the same situation, all the same person that this is happening to, I'm getting the scenario is that they might have now, you know, you might not be supported in your relation or in your decision to leave that codependent relationship. You might have your peanut gallery, that group of people behind you saying, no, that person was so good for you. How dare you break up with them? How dare you give up on them and not help them out? That's what I'm hearing. And so, of course, they're talking shit about the new vision you see for yourself, the new person that you're interested in, that you want to pursue, because they were supporting the other person, and maybe they didn't see things the way that they actually are. Maybe they didn't see how codependent and unhealed this previous person was, this previous relationship was. So of course they're going to back it. Maybe these people you became friends with through this codependent person, maybe they were their friends first, so of course they're always going to side with them. So do what you need to do. Relieve yourself, leave any energies that are not serving you, that are not helping you, that are only hindering you, that are tearing you down, that are shaming you, that are telling you that your decisions are not right or not correct, because only you know what is right for you. And you have to follow what is right for your highest good, not what you should do, not what other people are telling you to do, not what anything else, any other force in this world is telling you to do or what you should be doing. You have to follow your own inner guidance, okay? Your own highest good. And I apologize that this is a bit of a rant, but it needs to be said. And the only way, guys, if you want this equal, loving, sustainable, healthy partnership, the only way you're going to make correct space for that is if you completely free yourself from the past, free yourself of other people's opinions, of this codependent relationship, your self-doubts, anything that holds you back, a lack of clarity, a lack of decision, a flip-flop, wishy-washy type energy. You free all of that up. You clear all of that out of your system. Hold space for it first when it comes up. Feel through it, but then let it go. Let it go. Stop dwelling on it. Stop looking back on it. Stop thinking back on those things. Stop thinking back on the old codependent relationship and romanticizing it and thinking that it was better than it actually was, because if it was what your brain is now romanticizing now that it's not here, you would probably still stay with it, right? You seem like you're somebody who is very grounded and very committed, and once you're in something, you're in it for the long haul, unless it is absolutely not right. That is the energy I'm getting from you watching this reading, or if you're watching for somebody else, maybe you're the feminine energy on the other side of this that is being pursued now, is the new love interest in this scenario, and you're watching for this masculine energy who you've seen go through and come out of this codependent relationship, and they've struggled to release it, but you know that they're interested in you and they're trying to pursue you now. Maybe that's the scenario. Take what resonates, guys. But either way, somebody, whoever is watching this, whoever is the King of Stones and the Emperor in this context, in this reading, you have to release the things that you know don't serve you. You know what doesn't serve you. You already took the necessary steps to let it go, but it's just a continual process of continuing to release and let it go and not hold space for those things anymore that are just dragging you down, clouding up your clarity, muddying up your energy, making you feel like shit about yourself and your decisions. If you are surrounding yourself with people that are making you question your decisions, shaming you for your decisions, and making you feel bad for your decision, I'm sorry, my friend, but they are not in your corner. Okay? They might have good intentions. I'm not saying they're malicious. Hopefully they love and they care about you. But, regardless of whether somebody agrees with you or not, they should respect and support your decisions. Even if they don't agree with it, nobody has to agree with everything that you do. You don't have to agree with everything that everybody else does. But the least you deserve is respect. And we have that respect card in reverse, so you know what it's like to feel disrespected. So don't allow anybody, and I mean anybody, I don't care if it's family, I don't care if it's friends, I don't care if it's a relationship, your work, your boss, the government, literally anybody. Don't let anybody on this physical reality, this physical plane, disrespect you, because you are a high value person. The fucking least you deserve is respect. You deserve to have and to be entitled to your own life choices, your own decisions. You are entitled to do what is best for you in this lifetime, what truly serves you and makes you happy, nobody else. You're entitled to do what you need to do for your highest good, and not just what you think you should do, what somebody else wants you to do. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you're moving forward. All right, that is some real Emperor energy right there to step into, if you haven't already, is to just know that you are responsible for you and nobody else. What everybody else has to say is a secondary opinion. It is background noise, frankly. All right, you can appreciate that people love and care about you enough to want to share their grievances and their concerns for you, but at the end of the day, that is not for you to hold. It's not about you. It's about them. Okay. All right, I think that's all I have to rant about for this reading. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it. I sincerely hope it resonated, and if this was something you were needing, something you were looking for and wanting, I hope that it found you and served you well. Yeah, I don't know. I just hope that it was good for you and served your highest good. And again, at the end of the day, I don't know you. I don't know your situation. You are the driver of your own life, so take what resonates. Do what you need to do for you. Don't listen to anybody else, even if it's fucking me. Don't listen to me. Who am I, right? Like, I'm just reading the cards and the energy here. So do what is right for you. If you don't agree, you don't have to. That's cool. But if I could share some nuggets of wisdom with you that you were able to take away from and learn and grow and benefit from, amazing. That is all I wanted out of this. All right, guys. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe. Stay in love as much as possible. Stay away from fear as much as possible. And my buddy Oyuk and I will see you all real soon. Don't forget, I will be going over to Patreon to record the extended reading where I will be pulling oracle cards, possibly some charms for this reading. So if you want to tune into that, get even more juicy info on the situation, please join me over there on Patreon. There's a link below. There's also a little Patreon button on the main page here of my YouTube channel. So yeah, go check it out. Choose whatever tier price point works best for you, and I will hopefully see you all over there. All right, goodbye, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day.